Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We're here in Thavnair. This is about to continue with the main story quest of 6.1. Alzadaal's Legacy. Y'shtola is intrigued by the legend of Alzadaal III. Alzadaal III. I confess I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? Graha. And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. That's right, it doesn't have to be the fur. It could be just, he could have gone to like the 7th or something. Urianger. But my friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that, we know not what we will find. Isn't it exciting? Estinian, not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. This music is perfect for right now. Hey, that's that platform where you fight a zone boss, right? Quest accepted. Alzadaal's Legacy now accessible. Oh, of course it's a duty. Of course it's a duty. Will we have... Yeah, so we do have the... Because it's a main story quest. So it's only the side quest where you don't have the option to do it as a trust. One can only spend so many days hunched over a desk before it begins to take its toll. A spot of vigorous exploration is exactly what I needed. Yeah, Graha was super pumped to join this. I'm glad we got to do this. Or we're getting to do this. Hopefully nothing too horrifying and soul-destroying will happen. A misty island with our treasure map. And that seal. That was a Vritra seal, right? That was the symbol of Vritra. Got some Oppos. Oppos? Alzadaal's Legacy. This has... Oh gosh, this is like we're straight in an Indiana Jones movie right here. A lost... I don't know what this is. Just a lost series of ruins? Since the days of old, the imagination of the Thavnairian people has been captured by a persistent legend. The promise that somewhere beneath the shimmering expanse of the bounty lies hidden the treasure vault of Alzadaal III. Yet how might one claim the fabled Satrap's hoard, where so many other reckless souls have tried and fallen? Will Estinian's dubious map lead you true to the rumored isle and its moldering ruins? Whatever peril waits ahead, it's certain to be an adventure. Okay. Even the music is like triumphant. Oh, these are langurs. Are these like lemurs? These are like lemurs, right? Oh, is that an actual elephant? I think it's an actual elephant, not an Arcosodra. The environment here is... It's perfect. It's utterly perfect. And what is this? Alzadaal's Kutrub. What's a Kutrub? Are these like monkeys? No, these are like gremlin sort of deals. I don't know what those are. I almost wonder if it's... Whoop. The glyph works its magic once more. An invisibility spell removed mayhap. Oh, could be. Alzadaal's Vajralangula. So I was thinking for a second that when it said Alzadaal's Asvakta, which I guess is their word for... like a Marlboro type creature. I thought at first that it was like that it was talking about like they were almost like the Viera in Shadowbringers, where they were like ancient guardians of Alzadaal's legacy. Not ancient, because Alzadaal wasn't that long ago, but that they were guardians of Alzadaal's legacy. I guess he was a little while ago. But I thought they were like guardians of Alzadaal's legacy, but no, I think it just means that they're like creatures that just happen to be in the area. Ah, fake waterfall. Potentially fake waterfall. And we got some type of water creature, a Ambujam. It has it has different colors on it. One thing is orange. It has like an orange tail and like a blue parasol or some kind of jellyfish appendage. And so I wonder if those colors are going to come into play here. My, what dense ether this creature has. A rare breed of jellyfish with one with a sting, I imagine. Yeah, I imagine the same. Big wave. Okay, so big wave is just an AoE. Tentacle dig. Alright, its tentacles are digging in. How do we know where they're going to pop up? Oh, that's how. Oh, so it like circles around the area it's going to be, but it has a big... Okay, I see. All right, tentacle dig number 2. Now 2 tentacles are digging in. Oh no, I see. So they're both going to wind up like over there. So yeah. Red and blue. I wonder again. The color seems like it's going to matter, but I don't know how. Make ready. Toxic fountain. I'm going to get hit. Am I? Maybe not. Yeah, so far it just seems... So far it just seems like those are, like, even if they were the same color, wouldn't make a difference, but so I don't know what the difference is yet. So I don't know what the red and blue difference was, or if it was... It could be just cosmetic, but it seemed like it would have a mechanical difference for something that disparate. Salt-encrusted teleporter. Is it going to shoot us into the waves? It certainly looks like it. The Arapago remnants. Okay. Got one of the people with the head of beasts, the head of an elephant. Yeah, this place is no ruin. Glyph of passage detected, confirming bearer's identity. That's the Super Nintendo style background. Okay. Are we getting Subnautica in here? I think we might be. Look, we're deep under the bounty. Yeah, did you see the giant friggin' sea creature that just swam down there? So are we going to have to fight a Reaper Leviathan, or what's going on? Unrecognized ethereal signature. Brazen Thief, you will proceed no further. Alzadaal's Rampart. Locating denizens, opening portal. Oh, you're going to start summoning in, like, the aquatic... Yeah. Bounty Monk, Zomet, Ograbon. Yeah, you just keep summoning in help. But as we learned in playing Elden Ring, there's no shame in summoning in help. If the game lets you do it, go for it. Yeah, that's just like a big old shark I see swimming in the distance there. Ugh. Ah, okay. Nope, we're not. This is not Subnautica. It's okay. We're going to be okay. Orion J, I must needs memorize these defenses. Surely you're really quite serious about this consulting role of yours. Yeah, I mean, is this Claw Trap Alzadaal Wearing a crown? I think it is. Clawtrap Alzadaal the 14th. Okay. I don't know why you're wearing a crown, but I certainly like you. And we got Radiant Crabs now. These are... Okay, I don't quite know what's going on. Like, I don't know why... I don't know why you are becrowned. We got boss number 2 coming up, and it's some kind of mech thing, it looks like. Surprising, given the theme of this place, or given the feel of this place, that we're seeing a mech here. Armored Chariot. And the key guardians appear mechanical in nature. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. God, look at that! Look at that creature in the background. Please remember to heal whilst you take notes. Yeah, a distracted healer can get pretty rough. Armored turn back treasure seeker, this vault will be your tomb. I don't think you'd let me turn back right now. Articulated bits. So you go into the middle and you just do a little AoE. And then you summon claws from all sides. Let me not be in the direct path of those claws. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Understood. Be gone. More articulated bits, this time from a different angle. So let's... Oh, shit. Is this the right place to be? Like here? Yeah, so there's a really narrow window it gives us. Okay. You gonna turn again? No. Okay. I see what it's doing. And again, it's not a wildly complex mechanic, and it doesn't have to be. I like it. And just seeing the sharks and the sea life around us in the background is just so friggin' cool. Your greed will prove your undoing. Attack routines, behavioral patterns. Only hope the Loperids do not misinterpret the data. Not quite sure what that means. Very cool boss. Just, but the environment here makes it, utterly makes it. What are those giant tentacle things? I don't like that. What are those connected to? Why are there so many horrifying aquatic beasts here? I see that bobbing kraken head. Is that the kraken? Like the kraken that we fought multiple times in the Realm Reborn dungeons? It sure looks like it. I don't know if it actually is the same one. I mean, there's probably multiple krakens. I mean, the kraken probably had siblings and stuff, but that's what it looks like. And I am not a fan. I love it, but I'm also not a fan, if that makes sense. Now we're talking treasure. Mountains of gold to dazzle the eye. Noted. Look at all this. Jeez and crow. The Arapago remnants. Yeah, you got... How are we going to bring all this stuff out of here? Alzadaal's acroliths secure the treasure, slay the looters. The thrice won horde. I'm not sure what that means. Are you made of treasure? Are you like... I think you're made of treasure. Look at the design on this thing. This is incredible. The ring on it kind of has a minotaur sort of feel, but like a clockwork golden treasure minotaur. This is so cool. Secret doors, hidden paths, more elements to consider. Ere long, you should be a veritable vault expert. He's doing the Loperids. He's doing his best for the Loperids. And I guess now... Oh, okay, never mind. I see what that... I'm in awe of, like, just... how Scrooge McDuck over the top this place is. Flee or be feed for the fish. Of course there's mimics here. Of course there's mimics here. Bitey, toothy mimics. Is this going to be like a treasure boss? Like a boss made of treasure? Looming Warden Kapikulu. It is intensely colorful. I really want someone to cosplay that thing or something, but something about Thavnarian design and the colors that they brought, it's brought out from the game's designers is it really I don't know if it speaks to me, but it's super impressive. It's a style I love. It's wrapped in ether imbued silks. No mere adornments then. No mere adornments. Warning, this vault is under my protection. Failure to withdraw will invite chastisement. Some people would pay good money for that. Usually not from someone like you, though. Billowing bolts. What's billowing bolts? So I see spikes. So I see there's certain spikier parts of the ground. Like those spiky squares to beware of. Okay. Control your... The hell? Leave now and live this your final... This is so cool! Are you kidding me? The little... Oh my god. We regroup and counterattack. This... How undignified. Poor Stola. This may... Oh my god. I feel like I give this out too often, but this is, again, one of my favorite dungeon boss designs. Like, the color, that spinny, it wraps you up. The festival streamer things, it wraps you up and spins you around, and how dizzy it makes you. Oh my god. Wild Weave. This is going to be an AoE? Not really. Yellow-green power surge. It's channeling to a yellow one. I'm getting to green then. Colossal surge of ether inundates the hanging fabric. So all the ones are the same color? Yeah. Gotcha. Understood that mechanic. Rotary Gale. What are you doing? Oh, okay.
Hold still.
Willful trespass confirmed. You have chosen death. Okay, so you have to kind of... You have like inertia and momentum that you have to guide yourself. It's not that tough. It's that doesn't... Oh god, never mind. I didn't expect it to... Oh god, nope, never mind. I'm gonna die. All intruders will be slain. I'm an intruder. I'm gonna be slain. I wasn't expecting it to last this long. That's why I wasn't... Okay, this is much tougher than I was expecting and much cooler. Even cooler than I thought. Come on, red mage it up. Yes. Okay. Cruel slice. It adds such a new mechanic that you have to... It's not just that initial... I thought it was just that initial wave that you'd have to navigate around, but no. You have to, like, weave around the whole place. I can't wait to come back here and do this again. I cannot wait to queue up for Expert Dungeon or just do this in a full party with other players. Is this my favorite dungeon in the game? I don't know, but it's certainly up there. All right, what are you channeling? Channeling green, so we'll get to yellow. Oh. One of the best dungeons in the game. It's just it's absolutely one of my favorite dungeons in the game. That could be the... You know how sometimes you experience a good dungeon, you get that, like, great dungeon honeymoon, where, like, you're just on a high after it, but that really might be one of the best. Aesthetically, the theme of that final boss was just hard to beat. Yeah, Estinian was... I'm just going to headcanon, he was with us the whole time. It was a 5-player duty, basically. We did it. We reached whatever this is.
What have we here?
Yeah, I don't know.
'Tis not unlike a Harnish alchemical furnace in design.
It does kind of look like one of those from back in Alzadaal.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
You're gonna try to alchemy something?
Stop!
You mustn't touch it.
Hello, Varshan. Or Vritra. Are you actually Vritra or are you a trick?
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
Is it really?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret.
It probably is you. It probably really is you.
Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
I mean, we're kind of uncommon. We're rare looters. We're gonna Robin Hood it. There's a lot of wealth here we can give to the people, right?
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
Ah, okay, but all the treasure isn't necessary to keep it sealed away. Like, we can leave this thing and take some of the gold, right? I wasn't gonna... Sealing away what exactly? I mean, God, you have to go with this option, right? I wasn't gonna touch it, but you know it's Shola. And she can take a ribbing, so I'm okay with that. I wouldn't do that for Graha or someone. Oh God, what have I done?
You and I will speak later.
Oh God, you've summoned the wrath of the...
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
It's okay. Hopefully it's okay.
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
Crying.
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Okay. Excuse me for a second. Oh my God, that was amazing. So some kind of void darkness stuff. Not sure what that is.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
Was that like, does that go to the 13th or something?
No, my friend. Small though it may be,
Yeah.
this is a functioning gate into the void.
An active gate. This is exactly... Okay, so a few things. There's a few things going on here. This is... Where are we? Oh, we're still in the dungeon. Like, if we were to leave now, I guess we... No, I'm sure there's a passage back here. So, oh man, okay. There's a... Sprint! Off we go! Oh, we can't go in. Okay. Stola. I came here in search of something that might further my research. I did not anticipate a fully functioning void gate. But it's... Yeah, this is like... kind of what you were looking for. I mean, you were hoping for a passage to the first, but this is pretty good. Stinian, can such a tiny portal truly be so... Yeah, it can. Can be pretty dangerous. Orianjay, even in the learned halls of Sharlayan, 'tis forbidden to throw wide the gates to the abyss. The peril is far too great. But as far as a baseline, like a stable portal to another area, that's to another plane. That's Titanic. Barshan. I expect you have more questions. You expect correctly. But I also have an update to the Unending Codex. By an update, I mean all the updates. Crystal Tower was updated. This I don't like, because we've seen Crystal Tower before, but why didn't it's not going to tell me what the updated parts are? Do I just have to read it all again? I don't like that. I don't know what is new here. I don't know what's new there. I don't know what's new with the Heidelin thing. Am I misunderstanding something? It's really disproportionately bothering me that it doesn't mark out what the new part, what the updated section that was added was. Is there a way to highlight it? Is there an option to highlight whatever new section they're updating? Because I really don't want to have to, every time it's green, I don't want to have to look for the sentence, because I could barely remember what I had for breakfast this morning, let alone like which sentences in the codex I've read before. Raha. Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is the product of deliberate action. So this is a fissure, right? I suspect this is the oh, never mind. I suspect this is the ladder, judging by the... Wait, what was the ladder? I forgot the order he said it in. Okay, you think this is a void gate. I suspect this is the ladder, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery. That swirling emptiness. It puts me in mind of old friends. Not to mention old foes. Old friends. What old friends does it put you in mind of? Like, I don't think you knew Gaia. Old foes I get with the Ascians. I don't know what old friends you're thinking of. Are you thinking of... Because did you know... Did you know... What was his face? The kid from the 13. Unukalhai? I don't know if you knew him. A brother's grief. Stola is appraising the Void Gate with a scholarly eye. I legit feel a little bit bad. I was throwing her under the bus, like, because I don't know what Fritra's sense of humor is. I don't think it's great.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory. An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia.
Of course it would be the Alligans doing this, with all their... with the Zandi stuff and all their World of Darkness pacts and... Okay.
The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors.
So weird to think of Bahamut as a freedom fighter, basically, but yeah, the Coils of Bahamut story was... It was pretty sad in terms of what it showed about... I mean, the Warring Triad built on that too, but it was pretty sad in terms of the life the dragons had here.
With Bahamut's defeat, however,
yeah,
the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
I remember that. Not well, but sort of well.
Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, The two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
I mean, Ancient Dragon, right?
Indeed, I did.
We know that Varshan was kind of that, Retro was kind of on the sidelines during a lot of that period, right?
I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land.
Oh, you participated. I didn't expect that.
Along with my sibling, Ajdaya.
Ajdaya, I don't know that I know Ajdaya.
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me.
I did not know that either.
I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ajdaya cared for me where my sire could not.
Was everyone's shocked face there just due specifically because they'd never heard of Ajdaya before, and it's like kind of a big deal to hear about Reacher having a sibling?
Thus, I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ajdaya risked her all on a final gamble.
Okay.
She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
I'm sorry, my cat is like basically clawing. Oh, excuse me for a sec. Sorry about that. Plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their... She went into their hometown, basically.
I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her.
She got stuck in the 13th?
And Ajdaya has been lost to us ever since.
That is rough
I
business.
find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
Yeah.
That does not surprise me. To Alagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return.
But it shut down the invasion,
For
right?
my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ajdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust. And the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yeah, but they might be small enough. It might be large enough to accommodate us, right? We can. Is this what the raid is going to be? What the Alliance raid is going to be? Is it going to be like us heading into the 13th to like back kind of World of Darkness revisited sort of thing to find Ajdaya?
The beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Alzadaal was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Have you ever been there as Varshan? Is that why you took on Varshan's image?
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ajdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her.
Okay.
What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed.
I can't imagine she's still alive in any form that's not like a corrupted monster.
It was but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
That is rough.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Alzadaal and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
Breacha's nobility is beyond reproach. It has been for a while, but he keeps proving it.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void.
I mean, imagine what Alzadaal is like at this point.
You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I remember when Nero turned purple, yeah. Yeah, he was becoming corrupted.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether.
And I didn't mean that as like a comical, like, I remember he turned purple. Like, but that's my main memory. Like, I remember he turned, like, corrupted.
Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Alzadaal.
Is there a case where a void corrupted being has been turned back, has been retransformed?
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities.
And dragons are different. Dragons have their own, like, endurance and all.
Scales of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components, after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Certainly opening up that we're finding, I mean, with the... So, right, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with this, but they're certainly setting up the groundwork for a prolonged stay in the 13th. There's a gate now. Scales will provide the option to stay there without being corrupted.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
I mean, probably, but... Final Fantasy XIV, who knows?
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
You're going to try to shut this down?
So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Poor Vritra. I mean, mostly poor Alzadaal, because holy crap, that is a rough place to be trapped, but... Especially going there as a willing noble sacrifice sort of deal. Alzadaal's status, whether she is alive or dead, much less where she may be, is currently unknown. I would be shocked if the answer to this... Like, I would be utterly flabbergasted, bumfuzzled if the answer to this is like, nope, she's just dead. Just have to... Sometimes you just gotta pet a cat. How it goes. Orion J. Vritra's grief for a lost sibling will be no mystery to Estinian. His hath been a life entwined with sorrow even before he became host in Nidhogg's essence. Yeah, that's what we just read about, but and I'm sure they mentioned it before, I just didn't remember it from before. Stola. So they managed to not only expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Yeah, they did. Pretty impressive, it seems like. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? Varshan, I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handily destroyed. Yep, sorry about that. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Stola. Ah, my apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets and to get its treasure, like that was Estinian's goal. If the constructs can be repaired, we'd be happy to offer assistance. Varshan, that will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. Alright, back to Alzadaal. But what about all the Gil? Like, what is Estinian gonna tell the Ragged Waif? Oriange, 'twas a most enjoyable expedition for which I am grateful. As for my evaluation, I shall impress upon the Loporits that the treasure vault is incomplete without daunting sentinels to test the mettle of any would-be intruders. I mean, they could just make the big cheese and intentionally make it dangerous instead of accidentally making it dangerous. What do you have to say, Estinian? Vritra speaks as if Ajdaya is a lost cause, but I wager he feels differently in his heart of hearts. Yeah, I think he definitely does, but... And there's... I feel like there's a 0% chance Ajdaya is dead. But I would be also not surprised if she were like a corrupted monster we had to defeat and then like wake her up sort of thing, right? Okay, Varshan. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Kapikulu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some new lesser constructs. High Crucible Alchemist. Was it Tomb Marauders? Fiends born of the Tower of Zot? Why, the sisters do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free. No, it's just a Lalafell. Yeah, my... Whoops, my bad. Everyone just kind of whistling and looking off to the side. Oh, poor bashful cat boy. Yeah, whoops. Oh, even Oriange. Oh, no. Okay. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this? Oh. In fairness, we didn't know that it was like an official protection. We didn't know we were breaking into like the royal bank of Alzadaal. We thought we were like just finding some old ruins. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. Like, I don't blame us for this at all. I think we were totally in the right here. Or not in the right, but we weren't in the wrong at all. And with that, the vault will be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions. Stola, quite a few in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It's still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. And so there is that, like, I am reborn monster that was getting up at the start of 6.1. Is that going to be the wrong hands? In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. Estinian, so much effort for a little door. That little door, yeah, Stola, that little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. You're right, but I feel bad saying it like that with Varshan, with Vritra right nearby. That said, in its current state, it would admit to only the lowliest of void sent, and from this side no man would be able to pass through. Estinian, no man? I should think Alphino would fit given a firm enough push. Estinian is... Everyone picks on Alphino, and it's pretty funny. Stola, physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. Are you sure? Because, like, I assume that Vritra has a pretty big soul, a pretty dense soul, and he was able to get through. Not for long, but maybe, like, the version that he sent out, the Varshan that he sent through, like, had only a fraction of his soul as part of that. So that would make sense. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Varshan, thanks to my brilliant alchemists, I should have destroyed this anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, I love this place. Yeah, just all the colors here and the alchemia, I am such a big fan. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I'd given up searching for Ajdaya, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. That's fair. Raha, our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken, and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sent, but such deals usually end in death and betrayal. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a great option. Stola, in any case, maybe we should attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. That's rough temptation. Like, that's, again, even more admirable how Ritra chose to sacrifice that. Varshan, as I've already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? To see if the legends were true? No, I am in full throw all my companions under the bus mode. It was all Estinian's idea. Kakushu is such a little shit today. Estinian, as I recalled, was you who was chasing a tales of undersea ruins. Yeah, well, that's what you say. It's 1 against 1. Varshan, well, as you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stores is quite real, if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Oh. I mean, good. Then we're of the same mind, yeah. Estinian, then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. That's actually true. Isn't that right, my friend? Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. A thoughtful cat. Stola, Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. Varshan, I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. Stola, you are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Urianger, would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Loporits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. Raha, and I must be off to Charlian as well. The breaking of the fellowship, once again. Mistress Kryl was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the annex as soon as you're able. Farewell for now. Oh, right, yeah, of course, we got to go back to help out the cat-hooded lady. Wasn't a cat-eared hood an actual, like, item in Final Fantasy V? Like, a pretty good one that prevented some kind of status effect? I seem to remember cat-eared hood as being an actual item in that game. Stola, we can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. Right, you still have your vengeance to take out on me from before. What a brilliant line. That whole section was incredible. This whole patch is gold. You may now undertake the Chronicles of a New EraQuest series, Myths of the Realm, at the Baldesian Annex. Okay. Is that the MSQ? Is that the next part of the MSQ? I don't know. Varshan, the difficult part in all this will be deciding how to best put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Sure. Anything to make up for the constructs we broke? I'm not really sweating that all that much, so yeah, of course. Thank you, Kakushu. Stinian, Kukushu, and I are in this together. I will follow her example. Alright, but once again, it's just the two of us. I mean, Varshan's there too, but, you know, the two of us as former scions. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Ooh, a meanwhile. Why is the Final Fantasy IV, like, evil music playing? This is the Golbez music. Is this, are they bringing Golbez, is Golbez coming to the picture? It sure looks like it. Okay. We got some Golbez action. We got 4 potentially elemental. Yeah, that's watery. Yeah, we got 4 elemental crystals. Okay, this is 100% Golbez. I mean, the music and everything. By 100, I mean 1,000% Golbez. Okay. How are they going to fit him into this story? Throne of Earth. He's going to get the 4 fiends of the elements, isn't he? I'm sensing this because in Final Fantasy IV, like, he had 4 elemental fiends that were his henchmen. And so the Earth Fiend, like, hissed, which blocks this in for me. The Earth Fiend was oh, what the hell was his name? I don't remember. He was like a kind of an undead, earthy, gross thing. Wind was Barbaricha, water was Kainazo, fire was Rubicante. Rubicante was one of the better villains from that era, especially for being a sub-villain. But I'm sure we'll actually deal with it. We'll get to Rubicante eventually. The hell was the Fiend of Earth? Milano. Milano, I think, was the Fiend of Earth. Milan? I think it was Milan. M-I-L-A-N. I sensed the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. It was thrown from the other. Throne of Fire. Yeah, Rubicante was like a tremendously noble villain Final Fantasy IV. He was like, you'd come up to him, he would like apologize for his minions acting rudely, and he'd really mean it. He would recharge your health before you fought so you could have a fair fight. Rubicante was a bro. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. He was still a villain, but he was a very, like... I wanted to be buddies with him. Throne of Wind. Yet, but we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even when strained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Yeah, Barbaricha was a tornado woman. Or Val Valis in the Super Nintendo version. Throne of Water. Bah, let her come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in her final moments. Is this setting up the Alliance raids? Or is this setting up the MSQ? It could be either. It's definitely one of the two, because you got 4 clear bosses here ready to go, plus Golbez. And Golbez in the... Sorry to be talking about Final Fantasy IV so much. Again, I have a very... It's near and dear to my heart, that game. Golbez was not the... Spoilers for Final Fantasy IV coming, I guess, a little bit. Yeah, in like 5, 4, 3, 2... 1, and this will be like for like a few seconds. Golbez was not really a baddie. Anyway, okay, spoilers over. Yeah, I'm going to be curious because there will probably be a boss beyond him. Knight in Black. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath the sunless sky. You're in the 13th. That's why there's a sunless sky. That's why you sense the gate opening. So Golbez and the Fiends of Elements are in the... I'm just going to assume they're Fiends of Elements, and that this is Golbez. They're in the 13th. Okay, remember why we cede not our will to fight. Look at that beautiful... Oh, God, I get chills. I got friggin' chills. It's time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Oh my God, I have no idea how much I love this friggin' game. Both by this friggin' game, I mean 4 and 14. I can't deal with this. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Estinian, I hope you have enjoyed the expedition at least. Otherwise, it was a heavy purse to pay for a treasure map leading to a treasure we couldn't keep. Yeah, I'm good. Oh my God, no, I'm leaving this off here. I'm sorry. This is, I have to. This is, I don't know how much is left of this 6.1 content, but this feels like a good stopping point. I can't deal with it. I knew this expansion had Final Fantasy IV stuff with the moons and the fight music and the town music up in Bestway's Burrow. I didn't think we were actually going full-on Golbez and the Four Fiends. I'm not surprised. I'm not that surprised they did it, but I didn't think it would come now. I wouldn't have been surprised if it came up, like, I don't know, if the Asians, like, if Zodiark used the Four Fiends of Elements and Zodiark's true name was Zeromus or something, but like nothing. I'm gonna stop now because I can't. Okay, all right, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you're able to like and subscribe and share this with others, I'd appreciate it. Have a great day, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.